The third season of Fargo takes place in the events of 2010 to 2011, again in Minnesota. If you haven't seen any previous season of Fargo, then you don't know what to expect. They're just these really intense 10 episode series following the events of crimes and things committed in Minnesota during different parts of time in Fargo. There you go. That's pretty much the synopsis of all the seasons. But this season, I went in not knowing what I was going to expect. We came off season 2, which I think was one of my favorite seasons of television in a long time. I loved the setting. I loved the characters. And then going into this one, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't see any of the trailers. I didn't watch any of the other stuff going on for it. I liked it. I do have a lot of strong opinions about how I feel the season overall went, but I liked what I saw. This is probably my least favorite season of Fargo, and that's not a bad thing. This is still a really groundbreaking show with great characters, great storylines, and a lot of stuff happening. Some parts of the story, though, I feel like kind of collapsed in on itself and became too convoluted and too loose. And what I mean by loose is they didn't tie everything together in a perfect way that made all the storylines cohesive and coherent in their own narrative, and that's okay. Sometimes some characters I felt just didn't need to be in this part of the story that were, and they didn't serve a big purpose overall going forward in certain aspects of the story. The casting in this show and in this season might be some of their best casting, bar none, because Ewan McGregor is probably one of the most underrated actors that's working in Hollywood and working today. Everything he's in, every performance he gives is just so entertaining and stellar, and he's just this above and beyond performer that we don't give enough credit to. And he has dual roles in this season of Fargo. He's playing two brothers. They're not twins. They look completely different. You can see the one brother is like this bigger guy, a little chubby, losing his hair. He looks more sad and just kind of bad on his luck and that kind of a guy. And the other guy's this rich millionaire guy. And you just get so transfixed on these characters that you forget that it's Ewan McGregor in both roles, and he's portraying two different characters, but it's the same actor. They look so different, and you just get lost. Like, there's no way that's the same guy. It's such a transfixing role, and he just does incredible just portraying those two characters. It's such an interesting way he goes about doing these things, and you just forget how good of an actor he is because he just morphs into these roles, and you're just surprised it's him. And Mary Elizabeth Winstead is just, bar none, the best part of this show. From the first episode she was on all the way till the end, I knew that this was going to be the character that should get most of the focus. Later on in the story, she should be the character we follow the most because she just felt the most real at times when they needed to be real. And I really did like her character. She had this certain edge and gravitas to her that we didn't see with some of the other characters, but she just was so fun to watch and so entertaining and so adorably just violent and just fun. I just think she was the best character that we watched and we followed. She was one of my favorite parts of this season. There's other parts of this that were really good, but here's some of the parts where I think this kind of falls through a little bit. There's this character played by David Thewlis. You know him. He was Ares in Wonder Woman. He was Lupin in Harry Potter. He's a great actor. His storyline I liked. I thought it worked for the season. I thought it made sense. It got too convoluted at some times. Too many things were happening with him, and there's too many convenient plot points for him and his people with what they were trying to do and accomplish. That kind of bothered me. I just feel like he was just there to be the guy to bring everything together, just make everything work in the end, even if it was just convenient to him. That's kind of what I felt. Everything with him was just too convenient, and his people were just too convenient, and it was just kind of bad to watch at times because I was just like, yeah, I get it. This is so obvious what's going to happen. That's too convenient of a plot point. Whatever. I just wasn't invested a lot in his character. But oh my god, what they did with him as an actor, the choices he made with the teeth and just the voice, everything was just so scary and ominous. I just was so uncomfortable watching it. And Carrie Coon was in this too. She did really good. This isn't like her in The Leftovers. I don't think she did as good as she did in The Leftovers, but she still did a really good job. Her character was the sheriff deputy person. She didn't really do much, but what she did do, I really liked. We have a great episode involving her, which was one of the best episodes of the season. She was really good too. She was like the Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and I really did like that about her. They did really good. Those two, I think, were the best in this show. And Ewan McGregor's on a whole other level, just in acting, but not up there with those guys. There's a lot of great stuff in this whole thing. I just think the murder became less important later on as it went forward, and I feel like it just kind of lost traction. Some great actors. We had Mac from It's Always Sunny make an appearance, which was really great. And we had a great reference to The Big Lebowski, which made me really happy. So Season 3 of Fargo, is it the best season? I don't think so. If you like it, I understand where you can like it. So I'm going to give this season of Fargo a 76%. Let me know what you think of this season, if you liked it, if you didn't, and I'll catch you in the next video. Good luck.